So I'm trying to see if, so we have here Representative Congo Brazzaville, Cedric from Ivory Coast, Mr. Abdul from Rwanda, and then John from Egypt, right? Is Jamaica still trying to join the meeting? Do you know if they are still trying to attend or no?
I didn't hear from them yet, but if they come in, yeah, we should let them in. So, but we can start now.
Okay, so we will start now. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. Let's all just take 1 minute to introduce ourselves, who we are, what we do, and maybe even know what's your involvement in soccer. Are you a soccer player? Are you a coach, more of organizer? Let's know where you are. So I will start with myself. So my name is Godi, or you can go Gode if you're a French speaker. Kind of coach, play, and also organize. Me, myself, and Said, we are the founders of the Manitoba African Cup of Nations. So, Mr. Said, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Seidu. I know most of you know me here, and yeah, I'm the more of an organizer of the Manitoba African Cup of Nations. And thank you guys for coming.
My name is John Shahada. I'm representing Team Egypt this year for the first time ever at the African Cup of Manitoba. I'm very excited for this. It's a first for Team Egypt to come together as a collective in soccer in Manitoba, from what I've seen at least. I'm excited to represent this brand. Me personally, I played soccer almost my whole life in programs like South End United, World Soccer Academy. And yeah, I'm excited to bring others like me who have grown up in youth in Manitoba as Egyptians into this tournament.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Abdul Karim. I'm representing Rwanda. So I'm very excited to join this Manitoba African Cup of Nations. It was so sad for me not to join for last year. Gordon said to knows that how the challenge is when Rwanda joined competition. So I'm very excited to join for this tournament in 2021. So I hope we have fun.
Okay, so Mr. Smahili, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Smahili. Me, probably I was a Fimbo FC player, but I'm a player coach for new team called Congo Brazzaville. Is gonna join you on this African Cup of Nations. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Sumail.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cedric, and I represent Team Ivory Coast.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, everyone. It's nice to meet you, and thank you very much for taking time and effort, and also stepping up as being a community leaders, representing your communities, representing your nations. It means a lot. It comes with a lot of responsibility, but it's something that we should all be prideful for. So I'm going to share my screen. So the way how this information session is going to go, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over through the informations, and we did send out this document already. So what we're going to do is to go through the, touch up a few points, highlight the biggest things that team managers or community leaders like yourselves should know. And then at the end, we're going to have like, maybe once we go through this, we'll have maybe a 5 minutes or 10 minutes break. And then we're gonna come back with information, question and answer, right? So if you have questions, please write them down. And we will have, we'll have question and answer at the end for like 30 minutes. And then that will be the end of the session. Yes, Said. Yes, okay, Said already sent the document. And can you send it also in the on the Zoom link, in the Zoom chat, so that some people again can access it. So I'm going to share my the document, my screen with everyone, so that we can see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying just to make it a little bit larger. Okay. Okay, so wonderful. So I kind of introduce, I will talk about a little bit about the organization, what we do. I know many of you just know us as a, this is soccer tournament, right? You come, you play, you go back home. I will share a little bit about more about our work, what we do in the community, what's the reason behind the whole initiative. So the Manitoba African Cup of Nations, we started or was founded back in 2019. I know in the previous years in Manitoba, back in 2010, 2009, we used to have called something Manitoba, something African, but it was not organized. There was no rules, there was no structure. I used to play there. And when I understood of how much we needed to come together as as a community, as African people, we decided to create something that will unite us, where we all speak different languages, we all have different cultures, we all come from different areas, but there's one thing that we all have in common is the love of soccer, or what we call football. So that's the whole vision, was to unite our African communities in Manitoba. And we thought about using it simply by using soccer sports. We mainly emphasize only in soccer. We don't do anything else. It's only soccer. Was the only way, well, was not the only way, but was the starting point on how we as people of color can, come together as one, right? So I will talk about a little bit of the highlights of last year. So last year, 2020, it became a little bit big on what people see today. For last year, we had at least 350 athletes that participated in the Manitoba African Cup of Nations, representing 8 different communities, which was Nigeria, of course, as the winners, Congo RDC as the finalists as well. We had Ghana, we had Senegal, we had Kenya, Eritrea, Zambia, and Cameroon. So those were the communities that participated last year. The tournament recruited, including the coaches, coaches, everybody. We had almost 40 volunteers, which was a lot. We had Abdul on the media. It was a collective effort, and it was a collective contribution, and it was a success for our African communities in Manitoba, right? I think the finals, we didn't count. We roughly had like about 1,000 people or more, right? This was, it was a big thing, right? You play Premier, you play here, different level, except to Yavala, that's the only time you have more than 1,000 people on the soccer pitch, right? But last year, during finals, that shows like, okay, we have something. There's there's an opportunity right here that we can come collectively together. We had teams that were not in the finals that came to watch the finals. We had other players. It's more about building our community. It was just more than soccer. That's all I can say, right? It was more than soccer. It was African people coming together, or people of color coming together, if I put in other words. And also we have, so the tournament was mainly for 18 years old and above, right? It was mainly men's, right? No women, no kids, but we gave a little bit of grace for kids to play. If you're 16 years old, you are playing Premier, you're playing Northwest, or whatever team you're playing, and you're really good enough, you're able to compete on the men's level. You're 17, we're letting them play. But we also started a more of like a free academy for underserved youth. This is immigrant refugees, and also low-income families, not only African kids, but for the whole community, right? To serve, to start giving back as athletes. Join yourself, which I will encourage. You have a lot of experience under your belt. This is something we would love you to come, share your knowledge, pass on this information to the next generation, right? So we have that running. That was last year. And that's the other work we are doing in the community, just beyond, running these soccer tournaments for just men. We're also trying to encourage our young girls to also give them the opportunity that they may not have had, right? Or they don't have at all. We're trying to see on how can we also encourage our young girls and break that culture stereotype of saying, oh, girls shouldn't be playing sports. We all want to give equal opportunity for both boys and girls. So that's what we do. I'll let Saidi to talk about the registration and kind of cover this one.
Okay, so for the registration, like thanks, Gode, and thank you guys for taking the time to meet with us. So like because we want everybody to we want you all to understand on the kind of work we are doing through this in this organization. So like yeah, I've sent this document to you guys, but like it's better also to explain it so that both of us, all of us are on the same page. And so for the registration, as you can see, last year it was $800 for each team. So like because of like I know most of you know like the referees is expensive to hire referees because and also like we had most of the referees, we just have one referee for games, for each game, just one, and for each game. And also like some of the teams are complaining about the referees because they wanted like a less man and stuff. So like it's kind of expensive to hire referees. Sometimes too it's challenging to even get hold of them. So you don't know sometimes what to do than work hard to get them to come and help us with this uh, tournament. So this year we have increased the fee to $1,000 for each team so that we can like meet your goals so that we can have these lessons and to come and participate. I know like maybe we may get one lensman and one referee to come and uh, uh, handle the games, but like also like we want you guys to know like we will do everything that we can to get to these lensmen so that we can continue the game. So like so the half of the money should be paid by May 20th. And also like we need all this money like so like you can pay half till June and pay the rest of it because we want to start this tournament this year. Now we have about 12 teams or 16 teams that will be joining. So it's gonna take a lot of time, and also like we want everybody to get enough time to prepare themselves and come and participate. So we are taking this $1,000 and the half of it should be paid. And also like, as you can see in the document, like full payment by June 2021 should be paid. And for a late fee, like late fee will be paying $50. And also like if you didn't pay the full amount till June 25th, it will be double price for you to pay. So we want you to make it much to pay it earlier as you can so that we can start preparing everything that we can to send everything out. And because after this we will also have the meeting with all the teams together so that we can do some conference meeting with them for them to also like see all these documents. And this document, after we finish here with you guys, we will send it to the rest of the team because of we wanted to share this document with because you are the new teams that are coming in, and we want you guys to understand about all this registration fee. And I know like some of you also like yeah, like some of you may take time, like some of the players, some of them may not have money in time to pay. So that's why we are giving you this time to to get enough time to get all your monies ready. And roster also should be submitted by June so that we will know all the players and all the players who are participating, because like also there we want like non-African people can come and join, but at least 4, and we don't want more than 4, so that like it will make it more diverse for everybody to come and join, because it's soccer, most of us here in Africa, especially in Africa, we love soccer. And also we are in Canada. And now soccer is starting to expand everywhere in Canada. So yeah, so we want everybody, like, we wanted to make it more diverse for some other to join and play, but not more than 5 non-Africans. We just want 4 non-Africans to come and participate, to play and have fun. And so each team will play against each other, and there will be we'll make it as a group stage so that everybody will know, like, the kind of who to face in the upcoming tournament. And also we have as the address is there, and also it's 11v11, 19 minutes, and linesmen for final games also will be coming. Like in the final games, we'll try and get 2 linesmen and referees to come and participate in semifinals too as well. And also, so the first prize there, like, is has increased to 450, and with good medals. And the second place will be a cash of $250 with the silver medal. So like, it's not about the money, so it's about how we can all come together as Africans or Black community in Manitoba to unite ourselves. So like, I know, like, some people may say, oh, this money is too little for us to pay 1,000 and get 450, but it's not about the money. It's beyond the money. It's not about money. We are not talking about the money. If we are there to do it because of the money, then why? Then there's nothing, like you say, like, there will be a lot of fights on it, but it's not all about the money. It's about us, how we can, know each other, talk to each other whenever we see each other, where we see each other. So it's not about the money. So there will be a top goal scorer, like a golden boot and golden glove this year. Last year we didn't got a chance to give the golden glove, but this year we are going to do that. And also, like, man of the tournament, and also like most assist and best coach. So the tournament, as you can, the tournament will start it in June 26th. Last year we started it in July, but this year we want to start it early because of the other teams that are coming in. So, and also, like, we don't want it to come in between the schedule of some people going back to school and stuff. So we want to make it, we want to start it in June to, June to August 16, 2021.
Yeah. Thank you, Said. Yeah. So yeah, in regards to that, when I think to emphasize how many players, it's about 4 players. Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Sumaili.
Yeah, you guys can hear my voice, because I can't hear myself because the connection is not good, but I can hear the voice. Are you guys good with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks.
Okay. So I'll continue. So he mentioned, Saidi mentioned, 5 or 4 players, right? Some communities are larger than others, right? Like a team like, I don't know, Egypt, I don't know what's the population here, but like there's that grace of, say, you can have more than 4 players that not from your country and are really, and not, they may not even need to be African, right? But I really recommend, when guys, you recruit some, these 4 players that are not from your country, my suggestion is recruit very good players that are going to add big value on your team, right? It's like a grace, right? You can bring anybody, right? 4 players. I don't know if you can bring Messi, put him on your team. I don't care. Like it doesn't matter, right? So use that for your own advantage. Yes. So tournament, we're planning to start a little bit just early because of guys will be going out. We have student athletes that play university, colleges, but at the time is August 16th. They already start preparing for September, right? So we want to kind of finish a little bit, and also we don't want to occupy everybody's weekends throughout the whole summer, right? So if we can finish on August 16th, right, gives the other 2 weeks before September people to do whatever they want. For the winners, they can get them to celebrate. People, if you have to travel, all of those things. So that's the reason why we are starting June 26th instead of July 4th, right? So in regards to the tournament, there will be two groups, right? Two groups, so we have Group A, Group B. The competition, the way we want to schedule it this year, we want, again, same thing, it's just gonna be weekends, right? Saturday or Sundays. We wanna have Group A and Group B. If you know you're in Group B, we wanna schedule you for one particular day instead of cross-matching. So that gives our chances, guys. If you know you play on Saturday, right? Then you know it's on Saturday. Then after that game, if you want to go on cabin on Sunday, because Monday is a long weekend, you know you can go ahead, right? Vice versa, if you know that you play on Sunday, you know that if you want your days off, Friday, Saturday, you can do whatever you want. Sunday evening, you are playing, right? So that's the kind of way how we are trying to organize this, so we can give a little bit of flexibility instead of occupying both Saturday and Sundays for the guys who want to work. We really want to release also the schedule as early as possible, like 1 month before, right? Guys plan out, they can plan around their schedules. If they need to shift up their shift at work, change some things, they have that 1 month to do that. So teams, of course, the way how we're going to go, again, just like regular. So we go 3 points for if you win a game, 1 point if you tie. And then in case of, if the games, if two teams have equal amount of points, right, to qualify maybe on the next stage, we'll go against goals for, goals against, teams with the most wins. All of these are things if we're having same amount of ties. Times if you have two teams with equal points, head to head, toss a coin. If we have to go that side, that's what we will do. Right, let me see what is. Yes, filing complaints and maybe you feel the judgment was not fair, protests of like, oh, we feel this wasn't fair, this, you can always write us, like maybe it was a game or there was something that happened at the game, right? Let's try to be a little bit professional. We are not attacking the referees. You have a problem, myself, Said, and people will be there on site. If you have problems with the referees, you have problems. These are for team managers. This is a responsibility for the team managers, not the players. We don't want the players to be the one attacking the referee. You have a problem, your team captain can talk to the referee. Team managers can come direct to talk to us. We're going to be on site. Every game, we're going to be there on site to ensure that everything is running smooth and teams are getting equal treatment of fairness when it comes to the judgmental for the referees. We're also going to influence if we need to, right? Sometimes if, like last year, we had one referee, right? One referee cannot see side to side. So sometimes if we knew that ball was out or this ball was whatever, we are able to help the referee, but as much we're trying to avoid getting involved with the game. That's the reason why we're getting linesmen, let the professionals, let referee and the linesmen to do all the job. So as team managers or community leaders, it's your responsibility to know what is going on, to ensure that you are up to date when it comes to communication, if it is changes of schedule, weather, like it's your responsibility, right? We are going to create a group chat. We're going to add you guys in a group chat, WhatsApp, email. If there's any changes in whatever, we're going to be updating you, and it's your responsibility to also share this information with your teams about the rules, about what is expected from the tournament, what they should be looking forward to, right? So that's the reason this is more of like we're sharing you guys this information so you can also pass it down to your team, what they should be expecting, what are the rules, what are the regulations about the tournament and what they should be looking forward to. So I'll finish off this and then side you can take on over on the substitute side of it. So we really want teams to register ahead of time, because if you can register ahead of time, that gives us time to plan as well, right? To release schedule early, right? Book your spot. If people can start making that commitment of $500 a deposit. Now, that being said, for this year with COVID, we don't know what is going to happen. Same thing last year, but we prepared. For worst case scenario, we can't have a season, we refund all your money back to you, right? You know, we take, you're deposited that $500, we give it all back to you, and it just, we wait, right? So the other things, we do expect, of course, your jerseys, to have jerseys. We do have extra pair of jerseys for the new teams, right? I believe some of you guys already, the new teams coming in, you're buying your own jersey. But in case where, you know, oh, we are new, we haven't formed, we don't have money to buy jerseys, we do have extra set of jerseys that we can borrow you guys. You use it for the season and you just return it. We expect you to return it in just in a good condition, and same amount of jerseys that we gave you. We don't charge you anything for that, to say no, because what we are looking for, we want all the communities to participate, and we don't want jersey. And if we get sponsorship, we really don't want to make this to seem like we're charging you thousands of dollars. We want to make it affordable as much as possible. If we get more sponsorship coming in to cover some things, we really want to see on how we can even reduce the registration cost, right? For communities and things like that. Game balls will be provided by MACN. We do usually have at least 6, 7 balls at the field, right? So good, nice ball that balls that we're going to use throughout the tournament. So teams, you don't have to worry about bringing your game ball or anything like that. But those will be provided by also MACN. Let me see what else there will be there. Okay. Yes, if a player is not registered or he's not on your roster and you're using an eligible player to come and play for you, there is a fine, right? There's a fine to it. And the other team, the opponent team, has also the right to forfeit a game, to say that, you know what, Congo was using a player that is not registered. You can lose that points, right? If you won that game as Congo, you won that by use a player who's not registered. The other team has the right to file a complaint at MACN, and we do have a right to deduct points of your, you know, of that team that use an eligible player, and you pay the fine and you also lose points, right? Just register your players. We will send all of this information, register players. We want to make it as to make it fair as much as possible, right? If you're using players that are not registered, there's a fine of $100, and there's a potential chance that you may be losing points if the opponent team raise a complaint. So Said, you can cover the substitutes.
Thanks, Gori. So like, yeah, for the substitute, like as you can see, like each game, like you can substitute up to six players. So apart from that 6 player, you can't do any substitution again. So, and also like a reserve or a substitute player can only enter the field of the play when the referee gives it. Like if the referee didn't give you permission and you want to substitute, the player cannot go in unless the referee after said, okay, this one should go and you can come in. And also like if a player is sent off or injured and the referee told him to go out and get his treatment outside the field, he can only come in when the referee tell him to come in. He can't just come in without the permission of the referee. So we want, I know a lot of you have already know that in soccer. So, and also like the players also like the player who are eligible for the to appear on the list are the only people who are coming to participate on the tournament. If you are not in that list, if you are not in the roster throughout the game, you cannot play. Like Gode said, you'll be fine. There will be a fine on you, and we want like each game we want you to give us the roster so that we can have it, because we will also have it in on our database so that we will track all the players who are participating and who are playing throughout the tournament. We don't want to see any new faces. Like if you are not registered, if your name is not in the roster, then you are not among of the, you are not in the team. You cannot play. And if we found out that you are not in the team and you played, yeah, there will be a punishment for that. So all the teams also should be aware of that. Also, like for
Yeah, I think you're covering, yeah, for the
yeah,
player being sent off, right? You cannot substitute a player, right? You got a red card. Doesn't mean, oh, now it's a common rules for soccer, right? You know, you got a red card, you got to play now with 10 men, right? So again, this is basic knowledge, basic information, but we just wanted to bring it to your attention. So yeah, you can continue here on the team list.
so yeah, for the also the team list, like the referees will be checking the first 11 and also like all the names that are on the roster before the game starts. And the first 11 also the referee will be checking them before the game starts. So so if you are not in the referee's roster and if you are not in the roster, like we said, you cannot participate in that tournament. And also the team that is guilty of playing any illegible player, it will be sent to the board and see the punishment that he or she will get. So that also, I know most of you know that. So to make everything like easier for all of us, we want we want you guys also to know how this is important to us to in the community because I know Africans we love soccer sometimes too if we are playing soccer our temper are very high so yeah like Gode said we have to also like be aware of how the because some of these referees because of the treatment that they are getting in soccer like some of them don't want to come and participate at all because of the treatment so we want everybody to be respectful to the referee and just if the referee just whistle against we just move on just play we will handle the referee leave the referee for us after the game we will talk to the referee and see where it goes wrong and so that we can correct it on the next game so we should be respectful to the referees we should respectful to each other on the field and also anybody who have a physical fight on that tournament will be sent to the committee and there will be a punishment on that person because yeah last year there was a little bit like misunderstanding with two teams and yeah we punished them for that so we want you also to aware the new teams to aware there will be a punishment for everybody who have a physical fight on the field you can challenge each other but not through hands and fight on the field or slap each other no we are not going to take that it's unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can take that for it.
Yeah. Also, yeah, team managers, leaders, coaches, it's really your responsibility to ensure that the team list, right? Your starting 11, these are players are registered already, right? We're going to have a roster, right? We're going to have this 22-man roster from you guys. Say, this is going to be my squad for a season. You can add and you can remove, right? Let's say John, you have a player, right? You started with him in a season. He start acting funny. You want to kick him off, you can still kick him off for the roster and replace him with somebody. But you must let us know that, oh, this player is no longer whatever, and this is the new player. So you can do that. Again, team managers, coaches, it's really your responsibility to ensure that players registered. Again, once you arrive at the field, check in with the referee or just do normal warm-up, right? Any eligibility player, there's a fine to it. I think this one is $50 the first time. Again, the other team has the right really to complain and lose points if they know you won that game, right? Second time, it's $100 again, right? You know, $100, you can lose also, points. And even if you lost that game, it goes to negative, right? If you had +3 and use an eligibility player, you can lose, you goes to 0. If you at 0, you go to minus, right? So I would really encourage you guys, transfer players. We're really looking. We don't want you guys to add players or to remove. You can add players and remove players until July 15th, right? You can add, remove players until July 15th. That's not a problem. Again, we will deal a lot of discipline because again, when we are here, right? I know some of you guys, we play on a different level, right? It comes down to discipline side of it. What we're trying to build is a community, right? And we don't want community. We did have a media coverage come last year, which was CBC TV, radio. We are all over the place. The only thing we want is us protesting for Black Lives Matter or this matter, you know, and we're the one fighting each other again, right? Media is gonna be there. Politicians gonna be stopping by. Last year we were honored to have elected officer Dia Uzoma to join us for the semifinals and I think finals, right? She joined us 2 times. This is the other thing. So we're going to have again one more meeting with now all the teams that are participating in Manitoba African Cup of Nations. We're going to have a press conference, which we did with Winnipeg Sports Activity last year. And this is where you can meet other coaches, exchange contacts. If you want in friendly games, you are able to meet each other from all over the place, right? You know, get to meet everybody. Now, I'm going to emphasize so much on the physical fight of it. We have absolutely zero tolerance when it comes to physical fight. Yes, we do play competitive. We play premier, we play, you know, first division. There should not be, there's no room for fight. Physical fight, there's no room for it. Learn how to control your emotions. We're going to have, if you invited your parent, you invited your cousin, you invited people from the mosque, from the church, right? You don't want to seem, oh, you are the ones who start throwing punches. We really have we have zero tolerance when we have zero tolerance when it comes to physical fight or any kind of fight against your opponent, against the other team, your own teammate. We saw that, referee or fans. There's going to be a lot of fans. Hopefully some of your players, they have been able to play where there's a lot of fans, a lot of noise, right? They're going to be booing you. They're going to be cheering. It's going to be a lot. This is the real thing, right? So hopefully your players, they are able to play under pressure. The tension is going to be really high. If you ever watch the finals of last year, it's on Winnipeg Sports Activities YouTube channel, you can see people were shouting. It was a lot of noise, like as if it was a professional game, right? Lots of fans. So we really have zero tolerance for players, for anybody, for physical fight. This is a place where we want families, friends can come and have a good time. It's a place where we all can unite, right? So a player that is involved in any physical fight, this year we're increasing the fine to $200 and they're suspended for the rest of the tournament for this year. And a team, right? Now the question becomes, who pays the $200? Well, we don't want to know. When Said send you a message, it's the team, right? It's the team. We don't want to know how it's going to come. We are going to find a team under that, because a team is pretty much, you know, you are responsible of that player's behavior, attitudes, and their actions, right? So we won't say so and so he played. We won't send it to the player. We will send it to the team, and the team must pay that money before they can play a following game, right? So you pretty much have 7 days to, you know, to pay that $200. That's what I'm really emphasizing on team managers, community leaders, coaches, to really work on discipline side of players. It costs, right? On a Champions League level, on a World Cup level, if a player is, you know, is not behaving, get a red card, it can cost the whole country a World Cup, right? It takes one person to mess up everything. So really, we encourage you guys to really talk to your players, talk to whatever. Red cards, for the first red card, where you're looking at, if it was just a normal red card, you had 2 yellows, no fight, you had $20, you miss 1 game and you're out. Okay, just to call off your temper. If you're looking about 2 red cards, both yellows, It is just $40. I don't think so anybody's gonna get three red cards in a in the whole tournament, right? But red cards, a straight red card, there's a fine to it. I think a straight red card, there's a fine to it. Where was it? I don't recall, but there's a fine to it. But if it's two yellows and maybe, whatever, so straight red card can simply mean physical fight. That's straight. You are gone. You are out, right? Straight red card, you come, tackle a guy, two stands out. Maybe we will see, we'll review how the red card happened, and there may be a small fine, but we really don't want to break each other's ankles. We're here to have fun. If you want to play competitive, we have guys playing WSA, FC Manitoba, but what we are here for is, of course, build a community, but we also want it to be competitive. We want it to be very competitive. Lots of players, they're playing in Premier, First Division, and other divisions.
Yeah.
So, Said, you can continue here, postponing the games for no reason or no show up, there's a fine to it. So I'll let you cover this part.
Yeah, let me get to it.
Mr. Said?
Yeah, I'm coming. Let me
Okay.
go on. Okay, for postponing for games, like the teams, like if like the team that forfeit first game in fine is about as you can see, there's $150, and also the second fine will be also $250. So you have to show up and play the game, because like we don't want like, unless something come up, or you have to let us know in advance that this is what happened, that you cannot show up or play, because like all these games that you are seeing, like we are renting the field. So if you didn't show up, then like our money, like we didn't use our money like the way we supposed to use it. So if there is something that came up that you all didn't, like you didn't show up, just let us know in advance, like at least 2 or 3 days for us to know, and also so that we can give at the other team, like we can schedule a next game for the other teams to come and play. So also like the games that have to pay the cost of the field is 120 plus. So referees fee will be coming $80, and linesmen and those stuff, all like if you didn't show up, they still have to charge us. We can't say no, because of this team didn't show up, then we cannot pay you. We still have to pay them, because they show up and you are not there. They came. So you have to show up also. So if you didn't show up, like, we just give our money to a referee because they didn't do their work that day. So this is something also you have to keep in mind. Let us know in advance that like there is something that came on that we may look into it and just do a consideration on that. And so like everybody, like to make sure, like you are also, I want to talk about JCs as well too. I know like some of us, like we use Senegal use green, Nigeria use green, Ghana we use red and white. So like and some of the team also have like blue and stuff, and Egypt's red. They are like, some of the jerseys may be like a matching jerseys to both teams, but like you have to send us your jerseys so that like we will know the kind of jersey you are wearing for before the game start, because like last year some of them have to wear their penis and play the game, and we wanted to look more professional, like we don't want to have a mixed like any the same jerseys that will come and play the game. Also, each team have to wear shin pads and long socks, and you can't just come and just play like without shin pads. Like you may hurt yourself. Maybe you are working and you are there and just someone just break your leg and you can't go to your work again. It's like we have to
regarding the socks, to emphasize on regarding the jerseys, we really need matching socks, right? It's really just make it look nice, like play like You know, if your team wear black shorts, just get, you know, each player can get black socks anyway. If it's white socks, I don't care what color of socks that teams wear for your jerseys, they may not, but as long as they are same color, right? We don't want one guy wearing pink socks, yellow socks, whatever. No, 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 no. Come on, we can do better. So we really want to encourage when you're talking about wearing jerseys. That's something that I really want us. If you can get proper whatever, you may not have matching, you know, try to have matching socks, shorts as well. If your jerseys have, if they don't, try really to push for that if it is possible. We don't want to look like, I don't even know how to describe it, but let's look more presentable, professional. Media is going to be there. You don't want to bring like the other side of your community or to say, oh, we could not even afford to buy socks or shorts, right? Media is going to be there. So present, you know, be presentable for your community. We have people in Africa who are watching. They're like, oh, I'm from, you know, I'm from Ivory Coast. I'm watching Ivory Coast. We're trying to seek on also a way on how we can stream these games live. So anybody around the world can pretty much watch these games if it is possible. So look more presentable. You are representing your country, you are representing your community. Put on your best behavior, put on your best jersey, clean your socks, look more presentable, right? Yeah, so continue on a beverage, Mr. Sage.
Yeah, so like, so this is a law from the Manitoba Soccer Association, because like you cannot just come there and just start drinking and smoking and doing all those stuff, you know. It's not acceptable everywhere in soccer. Even in sports in general, it's not acceptable. So we should also like be mindful of that, not to come there and just you sitting on the bench, just having your alcohol and just drinking and, you know, disturbing the players there, you know, it's not good. So that's why we allow the people who are on the roster to only be on the bench of the teams. We cannot allow, if you are not on the roster, you cannot be on the bench of the team. So that's something also you should know. And so yeah, some of these things that we put there, they are called alcohol thing, like we don't want it there. We don't like, yeah, the spectators, they can drink, but not the players. The player, you cannot bring it on the field or on the bench where the players are. You have to go and sit where the supporters are or the spectators to sit there and do your drinking. But also, we have to also behave when we are there, because like there are people who are coming all over, like white, like even like the white people came the last time and watched it, and they had fun because like they enjoy it, and they will surely come again this summer, you know. So all we have to do is just be disciplined and comport ourselves and respectful to each and every one of us, and just enjoy the game that we are coming to play, because soccer is all about fun and entertainment. You know, I know sometimes it may get to a point that like, you know, you just want to like fight or your opponent, but you know, we can control it. It's kind of tough, but we can control it as well. So yeah, so I'll yeah.
Yeah, so in regards to beverage side of it, again, in a public under the city of Winnipeg laws, right, you're not supposed to be drinking actually alcohol in public, right? Especially outside where, again, be mindful, right? You're representing your community, you're representing your country, right? We want to be mindful. What kind of image are you selling out there, right? If the media is catching the Moroccan or the Egyptian players with alcohol, and they catch it. And you know, the media, they always seek for those kind of things. They sometimes they don't capture the best image, but as soon as there's something wrong, that's the way they go. So let's be mindful. We're going to have parents. We're going to have our grandmothers, our mothers, our uncles, grandkids. We're going to have nephews and nieces. Come on, we are the future leaders of our communities, right? So let's put on our best, you know, best representation, the way how we talk, how we engage with other people, right? This is supposed to be a friendly place. It's supposed to be a platform where we can all connect. You are going to meet people from all over, like Africa. You know, last year I was very surprised. I'm like, there's such thing as a Zambian community here, right? I was very shocked. I was stunned. I was like, wait, what? Right? You meet people from all over the place. Honestly, like you meet, you're like, and that's the beauty side of it. But let's put on our best image. When you say, oh, I'm from, from Egypt, I'm from whatever, I'm from whatever, I'm from whatever. You're meeting people not only just from Africa, but people from Europe, Canadian, America, whatever. So let's represent our country and also our African community in a best way as we can. So we do have information. That's about it. I think we covered everything. We do have email contacts for registration, for more questions. We do have emails or direct lines on where you can reach us at. So it's already 4 o'clock. So that's about 1 hour. I was wondering if maybe we can take maybe 5 to maybe 5 minutes break, go grab water, make your tea, and come back. Then we can have question and answer. If you have places where you didn't understand or were not clear, you can ask that questions, and that should last us about maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and that should be it. So it is 4:03 right now. So let's have 7 minutes break or 5 minutes break. I don't know how much time you guys need. If you need to make tea, use a washroom, then we can come back.